Welcome to another 808 podcast powered by OnFireReviews.com. The rules are simple. Rule number 1, 5 questions in 8 minutes and 8 seconds to a business owner or C-level because 808 looks like Bob. Rule number 2, our tagline is a value bomb and a smirk. And rule number 3, it's my podcast. I can do whatever I want because I'm Bob Clark, damn it. And today we got Justin Womack on the line. Justin, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I am doing great. Thanks for asking. Ready to pump these out here.
All right.
Justin, we are both in the same mastermind with Casey Everhart.
We are indeed.
You think you can still pull this off, the questions?
Oh, because of Casey Everhart, I can pull these off. I can pull this off.
Perfect. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Question number 1. Tell me about your business.
So I am a marketing consultant, a podcast host of the podcast Marketing Geeks. I'm a LinkedIn expert and consultant, a network marketer, a verified Fiverr Pro freelancer, and last but not least, I am also a podcast coach. So I help businesses get their podcast online. Plus, just to give my resume, I'm also certified in neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, and hypnotherapy. Not that I use that on anybody, but I could.
And I'm a pear tree.
What's that? And a partridge in a pear tree. And I'm a copywriter, but just to kind of give you what I do in marketing, the goal is to influence your end consumer. And so I use essentially the principles of influence to do that. And one of them is specifically called authority, which is how you can build credibility in your brand. So I help brands to build that authority.
Awesome. Actually, you're the person who put our podcast on iTunes.
That's right. I am. We did that just recently too.
We did. Question number 2. What do your clients say about you that make you unique?
It's a good question. I don't know exactly what they say about me, but I know that I've been told that I'm very fast at what I do. I know what I'm doing. And some people are surprised to know that I'm an introvert. Other people are shocked that I can actually get on a stage because they think I'm super introverted and shy. And so it's kind of funny in that respect.
You know, it's by introverts, like introverts can do it. They just don't like doing it. They'd rather just, that's just kind of what it comes down to.
And what's interesting is I find myself more comfortable on like a stage than I do in a group of like 4 people trying to do a conversation in that environment. So
right.
I can it's more like a theatrical point when you're on stage. And that's, I guess I get into that mindset.
Excellent. Question number 3. What does your competition do that drives you crazy?
So I guess this is probably more of a blanket statement on businesses that I see out there. But a lot of business owners I talk a lot about authority building. So a lot of business owners understand that you can build authority by going on the radio or on the local news or even writing a book. And they do that, but they are expecting like short-term profits really, really quickly, and they don't see the value in it. So they abandon it, or like they start writing a book and then they realize that there's not going to be profits in the book sales. But the profits are not in the book sales. The profits are in long-term thinking, in identifying, authority building, and actually creating that credibility, which will pay off later.
That makes a lot of sense here. It's kind of why I'm doing this podcast. Question number 4, Justin. Drop the value bomb.
So the value bomb is this. If you want to become an influencer in this environment of social media and the environment in general of business, it's all about building your authority. And authority used to be built on the idea that you had to have an MBA, right? You had to have a master's degree or you had to have a PhD to build authority. But we're no longer in an environment where we've moved away from a credentialing society. So there's alternative ways to build authority now. And I mentioned a few of them a second ago. You can write a book because it's not that hard anymore. Anyone can write a book and put it on Amazon and become a bestseller pretty easily. You can get on the local news, but you can also do things like creating a podcast, just like you are doing here now.
Yep.
So I help business owners to get that. And also you can leverage the podcast. You could share it on social media, or if you go on the local news, don't just go on the local news, share it all over your social media and leverage your appearances to create prestige, because prestige creates value. People will then start to trust you. And in the long term, once you've established trust and credibility, it's going to translate to more sales. So that's my value bomb.
That is a wonderful value bomb. Question number 5 is the most important question, Justin.
Uh-oh.
You've heard some of the other episodes, so you know the number 5 is the most important one. Which UFC loss shattered your heart?
I would have to say it's Conor McGregor. I'm a big Conor McGregor fan, and I think it's because I grew up being a pro wrestling fan when I was younger. So he's kind of like he's like the caricature of a pro wrestler into a real mixed martial artist. He's a trash talker, kind of an anti-hero. And I think the one that actually affected me more was not his most recent one, because I actually kind of expected him to lose that one. But it's when he boxed Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
I really wanted him to win that one, because I think that would have been epic. And I was rooting for him to kind of shock the world with that and win it. And it didn't happen. He did okay, but it was a little heartbreaking.
You know, it's funny because actually, since we're both MMA fans, Daniel Cormier, are you a fan of his?
I don't know if I'd call myself a fan, but I respect him.
Respect him. That's fair. That's fair there. But it's funny how he does this. He started to do the trash talking too. And when other MMA fighters complain about it, he says, "Enjoy being broke." Because MMA fighters, they don't get paid to punch people in the face. They get paid to have people watch them punch someone in the face.
It's so true. Yeah, the most popular MMA fighters are the ones that are good with a microphone and talk the most trash. That's just the way it works, because they are also the ones that can promote a fight and sell pay-per-view buys.
Absolutely. Justin, we got 2 minutes and 31 seconds left.
All right.
What else you want to talk about? Floor is yours. Whatever you want to say.
Well, let's talk a little bit about podcasting. So again,
Let's do it.
I help business owners that want to launch their podcast, get it on iTunes, get it on Google Play, and get it on platforms like TuneIn, so that you can actually get it to connect with your Amazon speaker devices or Google Home. And I don't say the name of the Amazon device, because I have one right next to me here, and it'll activate if I say it out loud. So I have to be a little cautious about saying the Amazon device out loud, where it'll talk.
Ooh, I want to try this here. Alexa, play Rickroll.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have headphones in, so he can't.
Oh, bummer.
Hear you.
Bummer. I'm upset now.
That's right. But yeah, I help business owners to understand like the various elements, like what equipment you need is a big question. Where do you get your hosting for podcasts? How do you structure your podcast? How do you get the cover art done, the intro music, the outro music? If you're going to do it that way, how do you run interviews successfully on podcasts? So you know a lot of this stuff, but a lot of business owners out there are intimidated by it. I try to make it as simple as possible, and I have that service available. Yeah,
and actually, again, to get you, I was too lazy. I didn't want to learn how to put on iTunes, all the platforms there. It took us just an hour. And that wasn't an hour of me actually paying attention to you. That was just you needed me available for an hour during a Zoom meeting while I just kind of futz around. Then you'd say, "Hey, Bob, what about this?" Oh, yeah. So seriously, it was very easy on that end instead of me spending 3 hours trying to figure all that stupid stuff out.
Exactly. It's one of those things that once you know how to do it, it's easy, but it takes a while to learn how to do it. So it's like, do you want to invest 6 or 8 hours to figure out how to do it, or do you want to just pay someone that can do it in 1 hour? So it's that kind of thing.
And it's actually funny. I had someone else who said they do it in 2 hours, and they had a bunch of stuff. Well, you need to go do this. You need to go do that. You did it in an hour. I'm impressed.
That's right. Well, I do it a lot. So I even offered as a service available on Fiverr. I have a consulting gig on Fiverr Pro. So I am a certified Fiverr Pro, which means that they have verified me as a qualified professional, and I get to charge more because of it. So.
And you're in a partridge in a pear tree.
And a partridge in a pear tree. That's right. And we're coming up on Christmas, so that's perfect.
Excellent. All right, we got 9 seconds left. What else?
You can contact me by email, j@coachingbizmastery.com. That's B-I-Z like zebra in the middle there. So j@coachingbizmastery.com. Shoot me an email. Contact me.
Justin, you went over. You went over, Justin. You broke the rules. The rules are important. No, I'm just messing with you, Justin. Seriously. Good job. You did the 5 questions in 8 minutes and 8 seconds because 808 looks like Bob. And what's the website people can check you out at?
You can go to coachingbizmastery.com. It's coaching, again, B-I-Z like zebra. Or you can listen to my podcast, which is Marketing Geeks. There it is on my mug.
That's a nice mug there. Love that mug. Yeah. I have a LaCroix soda. That's what I'm drinking right now.
I actually have a candy apple energy supplement that is jiving me up. I'm all energized. I'm ready to take on the world. Here we go.
Perfect. Justin, thank you so much for being on. Tip of the hat to you. And for everyone else who is listening or watching, you will be our hero if you like, share, comment, subscribe, review, whatever the heck the social media network wants you to do. Because quite frankly, I'm just too lazy to do an outro for every single social media network out there. Justin, have a good one.
You as well. Thank you, Bob.
I will.